how do you do IG apologetics? Is there some sort of advice you would give someone on how to do Instagram apologetics?
Yeah, so I have my own version of the 10 Commandments for Instagram apologetics, but it's not in the KJV English. I'll do it in modern English. Yeah, so firstly, if you do Instagram apologetics, you need to know the purpose of your account. So, for example, mine is apologetics, and more specifically, it's historical apologetics. I try to do New Testament and resurrection. Someone might do God's existence. There are other pages that share quotes and memes. So you could already got these types of pages. If you try to do all of them, you'll probably have no time. That or you have a lot of time. I don't know, I'm nearly 30. I have less free time than some younger teenage folk who way more time than me. And also, try to hone in on something. We need probably more apologists doing, let's say, if someone's really good at the moral argument, how about an account just on the moral argument? So I'm spending 2.5 years to pile my feed for New Testament evidences. Well, imagine if we started doing this per category. We'd have all these great channels that could join together in a network. And I hope we get more of them, more specialists like we do on YouTube. So my second one, I would say, is look at what other Instagram accounts are doing. So the first thing I did, I looked at who are the Christian apologists, what are they doing, and what are they doing right, what are the kind of tips, and just take notes. The third one, follow branding pages. So they've got these pages like the Branding Harry and things like that. These are guys who do branding for a living, and so their Instagram posts are usually full of tricks and tips to make your post appear more, or to make it more prominent. For example, if you have a carousel of 2 images, your post will appear twice on someone's feed, for example. Most people don't know that. It's a great little tip. So doing carousels. And lots of little tips and things like that just to help your posts appear more and get a bit more going. So I have more carousels coming in my next season of work. Next commandment, use a design tool if you can. So I use Canva. I have the design software, but Canva's so quick and easy. And they've got so many templates, you don't need to be a designer. You can just use a template, chuck in your content, and at least then anything that looks appealing is going to get people's eyes. The Generation Z, the post-2000 people, they look at visuals and they stop. It catches their eyes. Memes catch their eyes too, but if you're not doing a meme, it needs to look good. So aesthetics is very important.
Yeah, and Canva is online and free to start with. So that's a very good place to start. Yeah,
Canva's free. So definitely use that. You can pay to upgrade it. You get some fun things, but do it if you're comfy and you've used it for a while. But most of us, I suppose, want to use it for free. Next commandment, have a schedule. Know when you're going to post. I notice sometimes I post at 9 a.m. It'd do all right. Post at lunchtime, and it would do so much better. I'd have to think about where the audience are. I think most of my audience, half of them at least, are from India. So I was like, okay, what's a good time for India? Well, not 4 a.m. in India, maybe lunchtime in India or in the evening. And my posts are better there. So have a schedule, know when's best. And and next one, use hashtags. I was told very quickly, I used 5 or 6 hashtags. They said, dude, you should be using 30. It's like, use 30 hashtags. But don't just use hashtag Jesus, hashtag religion. You can do, but if 5 million people have hashtagged Jesus, then every second someone's following a hashtag, your feed's disappearing. So you want popular, but not too popular hashtags. So if you can assemble 30 of them, rotate them around, for example, like hashtag Christian apologetics is going to get you a lot more than hashtag Christian. You just because there's a lot less, but a lot more people are looking at it. Next one, interact well with other apologists. So don't fog off other Christian apologists. Fog off, when I say that, I mean ignore or just interact with them. I've interacted with many other apologists on Instagram, and they've taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from them. And to be nice, obviously with Christians, this is another form of community. And they might share your own posts as well, which is nice. Next tip. So I've got 3 more. Manage your private messaging. I probably get about 50 messages a week, which is great, but make sure you set times. Otherwise, you'll be on Instagram all the time. And that can be quite exhausting, which kind of leads to my next point. avoid burnout. If you're really good at Instagram, and I hit 1,000 followers, it went quite quickly, and I was like, great. But I needed to take like a 2-week break in between all of that because so busy. I kept looking at the likes, kept looking at the follows, and just monitoring the progress. But yeah, sometimes it's good just to have a break. It's not like everyone's going to leave. So, and last tip, I suppose, is sort of if you've got a story or a post, like if I quote Frank Turek, I might tag him in it. And sometimes they might just share it. They may not, but it's nice to give them credit. And they might say, hey, I like that quote. I'm going to share that too. Or it introduces people to these apologists. So a lot of us smaller apologists, our job is to introduce them to the scholars who may not spend as much time on social media. So we are sort of like an intermediary, as you will. So we can point them to bigger resources because I myself am not a scholar. I just love to read and love to share stuff with people. So yeah, those are my 10, I would say. Those are my 10 tips.